My dear brothers and sisters, the last lines of our gospel this Sunday, or the first lines of our gospel this Sunday, give us an insight to what it means to be a disciple of Jesus. Our gospel tells us at that time, the Lord appointed 72 others, whom He sent ahead of Him in pairs to every town and place He intended to visit. Pumili si Jesus ng 72 at pinadala sila dala-dalawa sa mga lugar na gusto niyang puntahan. What does it mean to be a disciple? A disciple is not just a follower of Jesus. Our gospel today tells us that a disciple goes ahead of Jesus. A disciple is a forerunner, a messenger, or an advanced party of Jesus. In our gospel, He sent His disciples ahead of Him to the places He intended to visit. My dear brothers and sisters, we all know that by virtue of baptism, we are all disciples of Jesus. We are the present-day disciples of Jesus. And this is our mission. As disciples of Jesus, we are not just followers. Hindi lang tayo tagasunod ni Jesus. As disciples of Jesus, we go ahead of Him, not to promote ourselves, but to promote Jesus, not to point to ourselves, but to point to Jesus who is about to come. We go ahead of Jesus, not because we are the Savior, but because we are servants who prepare other people in order for them to open their hearts to welcome the Lord into their lives. Yan ang misyon ng isang alagad ni Jesus. Hindi lang yung sunod ng sunod kay Jesus. At si Jesus ang nangunguna. Ang alagad ni Jesus, nangunguna din kay Jesus. Pero hindi para pangunahan si Jesus, kundi para ihanda ang iba. Ihanda ang ibang tao. Tulungan ng ibang taong buksan ang kanilang puso at ang kanilang buhay upang tanggapin din nila si Jesus. A disciple is a forerunner. A disciple is like an advance party who prepares for the coming of the Lord. That is why in our first reading today, the people of Israel are exhorted to be glad and to rejoice because of the Lord, who comes to them to comfort them like a mother comforts her child. And in our second reading, St. Paul tells us about his missionary work. For this is precisely the mission of St. Paul. He went to different places, to different cities, in order to introduce to the people the words and the gospel of Jesus, so that the people may welcome Jesus into their lives. That is why St. Paul tells us in our second reading today, there is really nothing that we can boast of except the cross of Jesus. Parang sinasabi ni San Pablo, wala naman talaga akong ibang ipinapahayag, hindi ang sarili kong salita, kundi ang salita ni Jesus. My dear brothers and sisters, as disciples of Jesus, we are not just followers, we are forerunners. And our mission is to prepare others, prepare the world to welcome and receive Jesus, to follow and to believe in Jesus, to love and obey Jesus. My dear brothers and sisters, this is a very consoling thought that we are, as disciples, simply forerunners. That is our simple task. Just prepare the way, prepare the soil, and Jesus will bring about the harvest. You know, sometimes we feel pressure to fix things. We feel pressure to change people. We feel pressure to convert the world. Minsan akala natin tayo yung tagapagligtas. Tayo yung magdadala ng solusyon sa lahat ng problema. Tayo yung makakapagpabago ng ibang tao. Tayo ang magliligtas at magpapabuti sa buong mundo. Kaya minsan, akala natin, tayo na ang Savior. Papasok ka sa isang organisasyon, papasok ka sa isang grupo, mamumuno ka sa isang kumpanya, at sasabihin mo, narito na ang solusyon sa lahat ng problema niyo. But that is pride, kayabangan. We are not the Savior. Jesus is. Our task as disciples is simply to prepare the soil. Jesus will bring about the harvest. Just prepare the ground, and Jesus will make the ground fruitful. Just prepare the way, and Jesus will give success to our endeavors. My dear brothers and sisters, as disciples, just prepare the way and allow Jesus to come so that He may bring about the fulfillment of what we are waiting for, of what other people are waiting for. And so today we look at ourselves and ask, how have I been a faithful disciple of Jesus? How have I prepared other people to welcome, to receive, to believe, and to love Jesus? How many people became closer to Jesus because of me? Ilan na kaya ang nakakilala sa akin at lumalim yung pananampalataya sa Diyos dahil sa akin? Dahil inihanda ko sila para makilala, sundin at mahalin si Jesus. At sino kayang mga tao ang ginamit ng Diyos para maging alagad para sa atin? Who are the people who help us know and believe and love Jesus? Maybe for many of us, we can say our parents, our grandparents who taught us about the faith, who introduced God to us and taught us how to pray. My dear brothers and sisters, especially the parents among you, that is your primary responsibility as parents. Not just to provide material wealth for your children, not just to give them a comfortable life. Your primary responsibility is to pave the way for the faith of your children. Kayo ang magiging daan para ang inyong mga anak ay maniwala, mahalin at sundin ang Diyos. And many times this is done not by words, but through your witnessing, through the witness of your life. Kaya sa mga magulang po na naririto, ang inyo bang mga anak close sa Diyos? Naniniwala sa Diyos? Minamahal at sinusunod ng Diyos dahil sa inyo? Nakakalungkot na maraming kabataan ang hindi nagsisimba, hindi naniniwala sa Diyos dahil sa nakita nila sa kanilang magulang. Nakakalungkot na maraming magulang nagsisimba linggo-linggo, pero hindi nila kasama ang kanilang mga anak. How have we prepared them to believe and to love Jesus? You know, my dear brothers and sisters, when I was still in third year college in philosophy in the seminary, every Thursday afternoon, we went out of the seminary for our apostolate. Thursday afternoon was apostolate afternoon. And when we were in third year, our apostolate was to teach catechism in a public school. We were assigned to teach catechism at Rizal High School in Pasig. Pinaghiwa-hiwalay kami magkakaklase, binigyan kami ng mga section na tuturuan kapag Thursday afternoon. I was assigned to the first year high school. There were 72 sections of first year high school at Rizal High that year. At sabi sa akin ng head catechist, o ikaw brother, 2 klase ang tuturuan mo every Thursday. Yung unang klase mo ay 1:40 in the afternoon, usually 40 minutes ang isang period, 1:40, at ang section ng 1:40 ay section 1. Naku, yung section 1, pinakamatatalino, pinakamagagaling sa buong batch. So that was my first class, 140, section 1. Tapos sabi ng catechist, yung second period mo, 320. At ang section na tuturuan mo ng 320 ay section 72. So akin yung unang-una at yung pinakahuling klase sa first year high school. Now I tell you, every Thursday, I am really excited to teach section 1. Kasi talagang nakikinig sila, nagpa-participate sila, nagtatanong sila sa aming discussion about catechism. But the second class at 320, diyan talaga pinipilit ko ang sarili kong pumasok. Imagine, last section of the batch. Pagpapasok ako sa klaseng yan, iba na amoy ng classroom. At yung 40 minutes na klase ko, nasasayang ang 20 minutes sa pagpapaupo lang, sa pagpapatahimik. Halos wala akong maituro kasi ang gulo-gulo nila. Nagsasalita ka, ang ingay nila. Tayuan, naglalaro, wala talagang attention sa klase. I have to admit that there were Thursdays that I did not go to that class. Talagang sasabi ko sa sarili ko, sayang lang oras ko dyan. Kaya ang gagawin ko, kaysa magturo sa kanila, manonood lang ako ng sine. At least nakapahinga pa ako, nag-enjoy pa ako, hindi ako na-stress. But you know, earlier this year, I was invited to give a talk to the lay liturgical ministers of one parish in Pasig. After my talk, a man approached me and asked me, "Father, is there any possibility that you taught at Rizal High School?" Sabi ko, seminarista ako. Kasi apostolate namin yon, nagtuturo kami doon. Sabi niya, kaya pala pamilyar yung mukha mo, Father. Naging estudyante mo ako. Sabi ko, wow, talaga naalala mo pa ako. Sabi ko, saan? Sa section 1 ka ba? Sabi niya, hindi, Father. Section 72. Sabi ko, wow, naalala mo ako. Sabi ko, naalala kita kasi talagang hirap na hirap ka sa klase namin. Sabi niya, I am an extraordinary minister of communion here in our parish. Tapos tinawag yung asawa niya, ito po, this is my wife. She is a lector here in our parish. Tapos yung dalawa nilang anak na batang lalaki, sabi nila, itong dalawang batang to, sakristan, altar server dito sa aming parish. Now when I heard his story, sabi ko, hindi naman pala nasayang. Kahit papaano, from section 72, at least one, siguro may iba pa, at least one bore fruit, bore abundant fruit. My dear brothers and sisters, as disciples of Jesus, you are not just followers. As disciples of Jesus, you are forerunners. Your mission, our mission, is to prepare the way, to pave the way, to make people ready to welcome, to love, and follow Jesus. Let us be true disciples of the Lord. Let us be faithful to our mission. May many people believe in Jesus, follow Jesus, and love Jesus because of you.